Led Zeppelin's All My Love from the last album before drummer John Bonham died, In Through the Outdoor. It's not typical of their output in that it's more keyboard based than guitar based, and it's the keyboard sound that we're going to focus on, in fact. This is the chart. If you know your open chords and you know your A-shaped and E-shaped bar chords, you wouldn't have any problem playing the underlying chords for this. But what I'm actually more interested in is the triads that will make it sound like the keyboard. So I'm just going to pause here so I can get the song lined up. Here's the introduction, and these introduction chords also go behind Robert Plant as he sings for the verse, and they also go on behind the keyboard and guitar solos, and this is principally what I'm interested in playing for this video. So that's a nice hook to the song. I think it's a nice sound, and we hear it a lot in this song. So the underlying chords for that are A minor. Well, if I play them conventionally down here, it'll be A minor to G, D minor. A minor to G, D major. So if you know A minor, G, D and D minor, you're laughing. You can play those down here like that. But what I'm actually going to do is I'd like to play them so they sound like the keyboard. So I've touched on this before in the previous video, the one called Out, which is all about triads. So here I am again. I'm going to use the D minor shape, my first finger up on the 8th fret to give me an A minor. I'm going to use a conventional D shape with my first and third fingers on the 7th fret to give me a G. I'm going to use this shape here, which I call steps, because I've got a first finger on the 5th fret on the 1st string, second finger's on the 2nd string at the 6th fret, third finger's on the 3rd string at the 7th fret, and that gives me a D minor in this position. So A minor to G to D minor would go 2, 3, 4. And then we play A minor to G again, and then we play D major. Now the D major is going to be played up here with the first finger flat across strings 1 and 2 at the 10th fret, and the second finger arching over so it's not getting in the way. You've got your first finger doing that, and your second finger is doing that on the 11th fret. So A minor to G to D major would sound like this. I'm going to pause. So around a minute into the song, we go to the chorus. For the chorus, we're just going to play conventional chords down here. We're going to play a bar of C, a bar of G/B. You can either just play G, or you can do what I'm going to do here, which is just get your second finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, and make sure you're muting the 1st and 6th strings. Oops, that didn't sound too good there, but we'll play it properly in a sec. Then we get half a bar of A minor, half a bar of G, and then a bar of F. Play that in context here, I hope. Just 3, 4. C, G/B, A minor to G, to F. Here are our triads. So we're now nearly 5 minutes into this video, and I want to try and keep this to under 10 minutes. So I'm going to move on now to the bridge. So at the bridge, we're going to play B flat to F, a lot of B flat to F. So you do need to know your bar chords here. B flat to F, and we're going to go to C, and we're going to go B flat to F, and we're going to go to a D minor. I'm going to play the D minor up here. You could play it here if you wanted to. And then, so we get a sort of rhythmic thing going on for 6 bars, and then for 4 bars, we get, it kind of quietens down, and we get a chance to play some more triads. So this is how the first 6 bars of the bridge go. So B flat to F, it goes like this: 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's horrible. I'll do that again. That's B flat to F to C. Goes through that again, and then it kind of does it again, but this time instead of ending on C, it ends on D minor. And then it goes through 4 quiet bars, and it just swings between, it basically swings between G and F, although I'm going to call them G6 and F6. And their underlying chords would sound like this. But we're going to play them up here. So more triads coming up now, and I hope you'll hear, when I play them in the context, you'll hear how it sounds very much like the keyboard. There are several ways to play these, and I'm choosing this as the most user-friendly option. So we're going G, F, G, F, G, F in different voicings, which just means we're rearranging, we're playing the same notes, we're kind of making the high note the low note and the low note the high note, just swapping them around a bit. So G to F up here would be top 3 strings, 12, 12, 10. Same shape, 2 frets lower. That's G to F. And then here's our D shape again, used up here on the 7th fret. 2 frets lower for the F. Here's the shape that we used for the D, when we were playing in the verse, when we were playing that D shape up here, that one there, remember that? We're now going to play that down here on the 3rd fret, and then down to the 1st fret. And then finally, here's a shape, we've got right down to the end of the neck here, and we need to now switch strings to strings 2, 3, and 4. Play this user-friendly triangle shape here. First finger's on the 3rd string, 4th fret. 2nd finger's on the 4th string, 5th fret. 3rd finger's on the 2nd string, 5th fret. And then we move that shape down 2 frets. So altogether, that little bit there goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't remember where this is now. Let me just pause that again. So here comes the that bit there at the end of the bridge. Yeah. Now, I haven't got enough time in this video to look at that keyboard solo, but the keyboard solo sounds really nice on the guitar. If you're interested, say, Dave, I'm interested, and I will show you how to do it. But I think now, as we're approaching, we've just gone over the 9-minute mark. I think I'm going to stop there for that. Is there anything else I can say? The last thing I could say is that here, the chorus gets played at the end. It modulates, which means it goes up. Instead of going C, all of my love, to G/B, all of my love to you. It's the same chords, but it all goes up a tone, which means that we get these chords. We get D, A/C sharp, B minor, A and G, which would sound like this. And so on and so forth. So we're coming up to 10 minutes now, and I like to keep these things to less than 10 minutes. So here I stop. If you want this sheet, or you've got any questions, let me know, and I will attempt to put a link to this song in the description below. Enjoy.